was worth keeping. So you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for. So you sacrificed your life so I could be free, so I could be whole, so I could tell everyone I know. You thought I was worth saving. Ooh, yeah.
Wow. You can. After having been literally run out of the temple for something he said, Jesus and his disciples passed by a man who had been born blind. Because of the commonly accepted notion of the day that sickness was a result of sin, the disciples, when they saw the blind man, asked Jesus who had sinned. Was it the man or was it his parents that he was born blind? Jesus' answer to the disciples' question spoke directly to the preconceived notions of their day regarding sickness and sin. Neither the man nor his parents had sinned, Jesus told them, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. And then Jesus made them aware of even greater truth, that opportunities for work of God to be manifest are limited. Opportunities in life, sisters and brothers, are limited. The doors of opportunity will not always remain open for us. They open and then they close. I must work the work of him that sent me, Jesus told them in verse 4, while it is day, for the night will come and no one can work. One of the things I've discovered in life, if you keep living, you'll learn some things if you're open to learning, and that is that when you are young, you think that things will always be the way they are. When you're young, you think you can always do what you can do. When you're young, you're not really worrying about tomorrow. You are enjoying the day. When you're young, you're not putting aside for a rainy day. You enjoy the sunshine of the day. I remember in high school, one of my professors, instructors, teachers said to us as we were nearing the end of the journey, a month before graduation, he said to us, in several weeks, when you graduate, that will be the last time that you will see some of the persons that you see today. Couldn't believe it. Always had seen them. Walked to school with them, ate lunch with them, played football and basketball with them. Could not believe nor conceptualize I would not see them again. Some he says you'll never see again after this day. We had 365 folks that graduated with us that day, and I could not conceptualize the fact that I could not see them again. And he is right. To this day, there are some of those persons that I walked to school with, ate lunch with, played football with, played basketball with, that I have not seen since that day we walked across the stage. Then just last week, I received a text from one of my classmates that said that our 45th year class reunion will be in a couple of months. Now, I know I don't look much older than that, and I kept saying 45 years that I have finished high school. And then Jackie and I was talking the other day, and I happened to look at my ring from a graduate school, and it's 1976 that I graduated from the University of Illinois in Champaign with a master's degree in business administration. And I said to her, next month, that'll be 40 years. When you're young, you don't really think the night is coming. When you're young, it's always day. When you're young, a plethora of opportunities will be before us, and if we miss this one, we'll catch another one, and if we miss that one, we'll catch another one, and if we don't like that one, we'll leave that one till they find the right one. When we're young, we don't quite realize that night is coming. Then I received a text from one of my classmates that another one of our classmates had transitioned and went on to be with the Lord. It reminds us that night is coming. Jesus makes them aware that opportunities to do the work of God are limited. I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day, because there will come a time that I won't be able to work. And when you are young, you think that things will always be the way that they are. You think that day will never end. In essence, Jesus told them, do what you can while you can. Work while it is day. For day is the time of opportunity. Day is the time of ability. Day is the time of light. We must seize opportunities to work while we still have time. While the blood is still running warm in our veins, while we still have a reasonable portion of health and strength, while we're still able to do what we can do. We must do what we can while we can. We must look like we're going somewhere. That's what they used to tell us when I was growing up in Alabama. You look like you're going somewhere. Where you going? You couldn't just walk out the house any kind of way. You couldn't walk out the house any kind of way. When I was 14 or 15, I have always been big for my age. Amen. Amen. I never got carded. I know that went right over some folks' head, but I never got carded. Anywhere we went. Anywhere we went. I never got carded. And I was the youngest in the crowd. But I didn't get carded. They didn't ask me for identification to go in where we were going. I ain't gonna, but you had to be a certain age to go into where we were going. And they never asked me. They just let me walk right in. I've always been big for my age, and I didn't get carded. They used to send me in, but let's move on. But anyway, you understand. You get it. You got the point. You got to say, I got it, Reverend. I got it. I got it. And I just want you to understand that is the case. The strength that we have, the day that is there, the opportunities that are before us. We must work while we can, and while we have the time, while it is day and while it is light, while the opportunity is before us. And we ought to look like we're going somewhere. That's what my grandfather would say, look like you're going somewhere. And, you know, because I was big for my age, and I was 14 years old and 15 years old. You know, I thought that it was going to be real cool one day. I had unbuttoned my shirt down, and I was getting ready to go out the house, and my shirt open. I'd had a little hair on my chest for a couple of weeks. Just got some hair on my chest, and it was open. And I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and my dad says, son, where are you going? My dad was only about 5'7" or 5'8". I was about 6 feet about that time. Son, where are you going? I said, I'm going out. He said, going out where? I said, I'm going out with my friends. He said, not looking like that. No, you're going to button your shirt up, right? You're going to put it in your pants. You're going to have your belt. He says, son, look like you're going somewhere. And that's a word for some of our young men in this day and age. Some of us have to pull them aside and say, my brother, look like you're going somewhere. You know, and then this is what he said. He said, if you look like you're going somewhere, somebody might take you somewhere. Oh, I wish I had a witness today. If you look like you're going somewhere, somebody might take you somewhere. Yeah, somebody that you don't even know, but they see in you something. They see manners. They see that you're trained. They tell by your conversation. They tell by your demeanor. And they tell by your appearance that you have some home training. Amen, somebody. Hey, and people can tell. Can't you tell the folks that's got home training? Can't you tell the children when you're out in the malls and you're out in the stores, you know those who have home training and those who don't? You know those who are going somewhere and those who are going to have a hard time getting where they're trying to go? Look like you're going somewhere. And if you look like you're going somewhere, somebody might take you somewhere. Work while it is day. Night will come, and you won't be able to work. Somebody might decide just to take you along for a ride because of your presence. When we do what we can while we can, our mere presence would be a blessing. The mere presence on the scene, on the spot, in the neighborhood, in the community would be a blessing. There are some things some folks won't do depending on who's in the crowd. Came home from college. My sophomore year, came home from college, and one of my friends had started using drugs. And one of my other friends came to me and he says, man, we've been trying to help him. We've been trying to talk to him.